In the dimly lit throne room, King Dhritarashtra sits, his blindness casting a pall over the grand hall. Anxiety etches deep lines onto his aged face as he leans forward, seeking news from afar. His voice trembles with anticipation and dread as he commands, "Sanjaya, tell me, what is happening on the great field of Kurukshetra?" The throne room holds its breath, awaiting the unfolding of destiny on the distant battlefield. In the grand throne room, Sanjaya stands serenely before the king, eyes shut tight, a conduit to unseen realms. His voice, a whisper of destiny, cuts through the expectant silence. "O king, the two armies are ready." Around Sanjaya, faint ethereal images materialize, visible only to the audience, glimpses of his divine sight. On one side stand your 100 sons. His voice echoes with the weight of kings and the shimmer of armor, proud and strong in shining armor. In the palace throne room, Sanjaya's words conjure a vivid image of the Kurukshetra battlefield, teeming with life and impending conflict. Thousands of soldiers stand ready, their armor gleaming, as mighty elephants and chariots fill the battlefield. The sound of conch shells echoes across the field, a fierce symphony as banners flutter in the wind. Sanjaya's voice rises. On the other side are their cousins, the Pandava brothers, led by the brave Arjuna. The battlefield pulses with anticipation, a stage set for the greatest event of their lives. Sanjaya declares, the battlefield was alive with energy. The greatest event of their lives was about to begin. Lesson: sometimes in life, we face big challenges that feel like standing on a battlefield. Before we act, it's important to pause and see things clearly, just as Sanjaya described the scene, so we can make the wisest choice forward. The great battle of Kurukshetra is about to begin. But the story doesn't end here. Many brave deeds, clever strategies, and lessons of courage and dharma are yet to unfold. Stay tuned to see what happens next on this incredible battlefield.
Chapter 1, Episode 2, The Confident Prince. In the heart of Kurukshetra, the sun blazed high above the battlefield. Two mighty armies faced one another, their banners rippling in the wind, their weapons gleaming like rivers of fire. Amidst this grand scene, Arjuna stood tall in his golden chariot, his mighty bow Gandiva resting easily in his hands. His eyes shone with courage, and his heart beat with confidence. Beside him stood his dear friend and charioteer Krishna, calm, smiling, and divine. Krishna held the reins of 4 powerful white horses, their muscles trembling with energy. "Krishna," Arjuna said firmly, his voice steady, "drive our chariot into the middle of the battlefield." Krishna turned his gentle eyes toward Arjuna and asked, "Why, Arjuna? Why do you wish to stand between these two vast armies?" Arjuna raised his chin and answered bravely, "I want to see them face to face, those who have chosen to fight against us. I want to look into their eyes before we begin. I am not afraid. I must know who stands before me." Krishna smiled, his expression full of wisdom and quiet strength. Without hesitation, he guided the white horses forward. Their hooves thundered against the earth, sending clouds of dust swirling into the air. The golden chariot rolled majestically into the open space between the two armies. Thousands of soldiers turned their eyes toward it. The Pandavas as allies stood tall with pride. The Kauravas watched with burning intensity. The chariot gleamed in the sunlight, a shining beacon of strength and courage standing alone between two oceans of warriors. And so, the stage was set. The great dialogue of the Bhagavad Gita was about to begin. But Arjuna's confidence would soon be tested as he saw who stood on the other side. The lesson of this story: confidence is a powerful first step when facing any challenge. Who is the person in your life that makes you feel brave? Arjuna is full of courage right now, but he's about to see something that will change his entire world. What do you think he saw? Find out in Episode 3. Follow us so you don't miss this crucial part.
Chapter 1, Episode 3. The golden chariot stood in the quiet space between the armies. It was tense. Arjuna looked to his right at the enemy lines. He squinted his eyes against the sun, expecting to see monsters or strangers who hated him. But as Arjuna's eyes focused on the faces in the front row, His breath caught in his throat. Standing there, holding a silver bow, was Grandfather Bhishma. This was the man who had raised Arjuna when his father died. Bhishma had told him bedtime stories and bounced him on his knees. Next to him was Drona, his beloved teacher. Drona was the man who had taught Arjuna how to hold a bow. Every skill Arjuna had, he owed to Drona. Arjuna's eyes frantically scanned the crowd. He saw his cousins, the boys he used to play ball with in the palace courtyard. He saw friends he had shared meals with. They were all standing on the other side, holding deadly weapons, ready to kill him. Suddenly, the great warrior Arjuna didn't feel strong. He felt sick. A cold shiver ran down his spine. His hands, which could hold back 1,000 enemies, began to tremble uncontrollably. His confident smile vanished, replaced by a look of horror. "Krishna," he whispered, his voice cracking. "These are not enemies. This is my family." The reality of war crashed down on him. To win, he would have to hurt the people he loved most. His heart, which was beating like a brave drum just moments ago, now felt heavy, like a stone sinking in a river. Inside the chariot, panic took over. Tears welled up in Arjuna's eyes and rolled down his cheeks. He turned to Krishna, his body shaking with emotion. "Oh, Krishna," he cried out. "My legs feel weak, like jelly. My mouth is completely dry. My skin is burning as if I have a fever. The Gandiva bow is slipping from my hand." He looked at his friend with wide, scared eyes. "I see bad omens everywhere, Krishna. How can any good come from this? I do not desire victory. I do not want a kingdom. I do not even want happiness if it means I have to kill my own teachers and family." Arjuna began to argue with Krishna, his mind spinning with what ifs. "If we kill them, sin will overcome us," he argued. "Even if they are evil and greedy, we should be noble. If we destroy our family, the traditions of our ancestors will be lost. Our families will be broken, and chaos will rule society." Arjuna was no longer thinking like a warrior. He was thinking like a grandson, a student, and a cousin. He was overwhelmed by love and fear. His heart was full of compassion, but it was a misplaced compassion. He felt trapped. He looked at Krishna, begging for a way out, hoping his friend would agree and tell him to turn the chariot around and go home. The lesson of this story: the hardest choices in life are not between good and bad, but between things that feel wrong. It is brave, not weak, to acknowledge your worries and talk about your feelings. 5. The bow slips. The moment of total surrender had arrived. Arjuna felt the weight of the entire world on his shoulders, and he just couldn't carry it anymore. He looked at the millions of soldiers waiting for his command, but he couldn't find his voice. He let out a deep, shaky sigh of despair. Overwhelmed by sadness, Arjuna's strength left him. The great bow Gandiva, heavy in gold, slipped from his sweating hands and fell to the floor of the chariot with a loud clang. This was shocking. A warrior never drops his bow. It was like a musician dropping their instrument, or a king dropping his crown. Arjuna slumped down onto the seat of the chariot, burying his wet face in his hands. He shook his head back and forth, sobbing. "I will not fight," he whispered to Krishna. "I cannot do it. It is better for them to kill me unarmed than for me to fight them." Arjuna, the mighty hero, felt completely lost. He had given up. He sat there in the middle of the battlefield, feeling small and helpless. But this wasn't the end of the story. It was actually the beginning. In this moment of admitting he didn't know what to do, Arjuna made space for something new. His friend Krishna looked at him with the kindest, most gentle smile. Krishna wasn't angry that Arjuna had given up. He saw that his friend was finally ready to listen. He was ready to teach Arjuna the most important lessons of life. Lessons that would turn his confusion into wisdom. The lesson of this story: Sometimes, you must admit you are lost before you can be shown the right path. Even the bravest people feel fear and confusion. It is okay to have doubts. This is the end of chapter 1, but the real story is just getting started. Krishna is about to share the secrets of the universe. The life-changing lessons begin in chapter 2, coming next. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube so you get the whole amazing story.